Alright, this is a very short segment on dissociative disorders, and then we'll get into the larger segment. Dissociative disorders are disorders where people disconnect from some portion of their personality or their mind. People lose contact with portions of their consciousness or memory, resulting in disruptions of their sense of identity. There are three types. The first is dissociative amnesia. This is a sudden loss of memory, not due to physical reasons. They lose memory of their own name or personal events, much of which is information that was in the episodic long-term memory area. And their response is a little bit like someone who suffered from retrograde amnesia, but the loss is due to a psychological blow rather than a physical blow to the head. The next one is dissociative fugue. And this is someone who loses their memory perhaps of their entire life and or their full identity. So they can be very confused about what's going on. Fugue is a term that means flight, and in this case it's used as if they fly away from their life and the things that have happened to them. When they're in this state, they may be in sort of a fog in their attempt to respond to things. And the final one, probably one of the most famous psychological disorders of all, it's called dissociative identity disorder, or this used to be called multiple personality disorder. It's a very rare disorder, but what's interesting about this is that as each personality appears, it can be a different gender, it can be a different age, and the person will claim to be that other individual, although they will know that the other personalities exist. Specifically, the most interesting thing about this is that this is a full change in that each time they change and become this different personality, their brain waves change, their blood pressure changes, their respiration changes to match that individual character. So it's something that we all do to some extent, and that is that we play different roles in different situations. But in this case, it keeps them from being able to function, and of course it's very unusual and difficult for the people around them. We'll talk more about the causes of all that as we move to the next segment. So this is the end of this short segment, and we'll move on to depersonalization disorder in the next segment.